Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever time you're watching this. I'm Didi and thank you for joining me for this Flosstube. It is December, no, it's not December yet. It's October 2nd, and that means new month, new start, new credits, new balance. I'm so in the red, and I'm less tired this week. Yes, I'm back to my normal energetic self. Last time I was so tired. It was insane. I don't know how I managed. I'm sorry for that. I managed to actually film. I do have some coffee for today. So last 2 weeks I stitched a lot. I had a strange week this week. I had some bad news about my car, which luckily will be resolved next Wednesday. I had a checkup for my car. It made a funny sound, and it turned out my airco blower, everything was malfunctioning, so they pulled it out, and the moment they did it, the weather turned, it got cold, so I've been driving to work with my window cracked. Otherwise the windscreen would be completely fogged up and you couldn't see it at all. Beside that, I had a exam planned for Wednesday, which didn't go through because the website on which they're hosting it crashed a couple of minutes before the exam was about to start, so I was allowed to actually not do it. I do need to do it in a couple of weeks, so that's good. Well, I need to do it next week during my vacation. And I've got something drifting in my coffee. There we go, got it. And yes, a lot of stitching. I've got some stash and some plans. Oh, and some stitchy kindness. All right. Last tip, and we'll get started. So I'll get my trusty book. There we go. This will help me see what I had to do. Well, let's start with my stitch from stash, which is going horribly. I started this month almost 90 euros in the red. Well, I finished it at 144 euros in the red, even though I had 3 finishes this month. So I do need to get some finishes because there are still some things I want to buy. Oh well, oh well. Let's start stitching. We need to go somewhere else in the book. I do love this book. I do love this book. It's so nice. There's lots of space to actually use. So where we're at. All right. Since I last saw you, I said I was gonna have 3 days to stitch what I want. And there was a start in there as well, but we'll just go through and I'll tell you all about it. So first I stitched on my 10th year anniversary sampler this lovely piece. It is a design by Twin Peaks Primitives, done because our needlework store Sooty Day has her 10 years anniversary. Last time you saw it, I just finished part of the border. I finished the entire border, or I had done some of it. I don't know, I can't remember. At least I finished the border. Still need to put some stitches here, and then I started working on this motif. Some scissors, a crown. The crown is done, and then there's another person over there. I'm very far behind, but I do love stitching on it, and I think it looks great. This is done on a 32 count 32 count linen in the colorway. Let's get the other book. So this is the whip book. Let's check in the whip book because I forgot, my brain isn't working. on light mocha, 32 light mocha, and stitched in DMCs. So yeah, stitched on that for 2 days after the Flosstube, and the day after, Sunday after that. So yes, it looks great. I love the border. So very happy with that, and all colors. In real life, you can't really see the legs there and the face. They kind of blow out, but in person they really pop. Oh, it looks good. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, then I had a new start. I joined the Stitch Anamik Halloween sale, and you're gonna see more of this. I'm always dreading cutting my fabric, so I've got a whole lot of fabric for this sale, and I'll cut it when I'm done. But this is what I've got done in one day. So I did All Hallows Eve, and there's still a bit more, so I need to go down a bit, but I did finish. So this is the entire width of the pattern, so then I need to go down and make the blocks, but I'll just start with the blocks here and put on all the pieces. That's the plan, and I'm gonna work on this next week, at least for one day, and this is done in DMC, so this is just black DMC. Loving it. This is a 16 count Ada or an 18 count Ada. Oh, brain. 18 count Ada in the colorway Oatmeal. Love this color. It's stiff. It is a Zweigarde base, but it's stiff, but it will loosen up. But I love the colorway, so I got a whole lot more than I needed just for stash. Then I worked on the Dandelion Mouse, this cute kit pattern that I have. It's cutie, it's a cutie. And last time you saw it, I realized I miscounted the top part there, so I restitched that and worked my way down. So it's going quite all right. I'm getting there slowly. I had to rip out and restitch, so the top part seems a bit discolored, but I'm okay with that because this is going to be his face with lots of backstitch, and then the body has a slightly different color, but I'm okay with that. So that's a cutie, and I did get a lot done considering that I had to rip all of this out and then restitch restitch it and then go down. So quite a good progress on that one. And then I've got my first new start. I started on this ornament. It's Noel. It is stitched on a 16 count white Ada. I color and converted it to mystery flosses, but I'm using the light effects that are shown here. So the cross over here, it's done in light effects, so I'm going to be using those. And apparently I did have white Ada. Oh, everything's slipping. But you're gonna laugh. I've got a piece of 1 meter by 1 meter. So this is a whole lot of fabric for one teeny tiny ornament. So I'm just keeping it like this, and then I'm gonna cut it. Which way is it gonna go? Yes, I started at the N. And it was on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are my days I go training, so I've got a meeting with my personal trainer on Wednesdays, which is fun. But I'll get home from work, eat some, put on my workout clothes, do a workout, take a shower, and then stitch. So on Wednesdays I usually don't get much stitching done. But yeah, so lots of fabric over there. Then I worked on my Santa's workshop, Also a Twin Peaks primitive design. It was last year's Zoet Idee advent calendar. This is also a 32 count, but I don't know the colorway. Worked on this for 2 days, and I'm stitching this in overdyed fabrics, overdyed flosses, and I finished. Now it's gonna go to the hard part. I finished more over here this tiny little house, and I started on the sign which says North Pole. I still need to do all the back stitching and French knots in the houses. But look, oh, I think it's lovely. I love this pattern. It's so cute. It's not focusing. Why aren't you focusing? Yes. This is it. I love it. I really love it. I've got lots of stitching in on that pattern. So, and I'm only gonna work on it one day, I believe, coming days. And then the weekend came, and I'm always hoping for a large pattern or project to come up in the weekend, but I got one entire weekend working on my cross stitcher summer stitch along, which was a 3-part stitch along, and I can show you. I need to do it like this. This is what it's gonna look like. Yes, there we are. So this is what we're gonna look like. Last time you saw it, I had just had some sky done over on the second panel. I had the first one completely done, some of the sky. Well, I did get some good progress on this piece. So I already had this one finished. This one is the one with the beading. I finished the second one, and there's a little charm over here. So I put that on. Whole lot of back stitching because all of this is in white stitches or cream stitches, and then I did all of this on the third panel. So quite a lot done on the third panel. It didn't get cold for these next 2 weeks, but I'll get a finish out of this before the end of the year to count towards my Stitch from Stash. But I saw they do a sale at the end of each period to get as many finishes as possible, so I hope I'll get it finished by then. We need to readjust. Then on Monday, so we're last Monday, I also started a new project. This is a kit with most likely a stolen pattern. Sorry, I'm just gonna stitch through them like I said before. It's a lovely fox. It's done on 14 count Aida, which in this kit was missing, so I pulled some from my stash, and I actually lined up the holes with 14 count Aida because I didn't know if this was 14 count, but it is. And I got his ear almost done. So that's almost 250 stitches in this ear. Yeah, loving the colors, loving stitching on it. It looks great. So love my new project. So we'll be working on that, and hopefully we'll get some progress on that soon. Then the finish that isn't really a finish, I hoped I would get it finished. It's also from the 2020 Christmas Ornaments book, and it is the Assisi Christmas Bells. There it is. So those birds in a bell shape, lots of black work on it. Well, the black work took more than I expected, so I've got some done. I'll need to put something behind it so for you to see. There we go. So I've got all the black work done on this bird. I finished stitching all the solid stitches on this edge, and then I started doing the back stitching and black work around it. So I did the entire outline, I did all those symbols, this bird, this thingy over there, and I started on this side. Now I'll need to finish the bird, and then the outer edge. So I'm really hoping to get it finished this coming 2 weeks because it's cute, love it. Yes, love working on this project, and I love black work, so that's good, but it takes a little, it always takes more time than you expect, but it's cute. And this is on a mystery fabric, no idea which count it is. It's from my stash pickups, and I'm just keeping it constantly taut because otherwise I'm gonna readjust and it's not gonna fit properly. So yeah, that was that. And then the Wednesday came, and the Wednesday is the one day that normally don't stitch a lot, but this Wednesday was my exam that didn't happen, and my afternoon I had a symposium which was boring, also via Zoom, so I just had my camera off. We were with 300 plus in the Zoom meeting, so I turned my camera off and stitched while I listened to the people talking, and I worked on Gus. Gus is my hot choc mouse, and I think he's so cute and so adorable, and I got great progress on him. So I'm officially done with the top page. I finished all the wisps of smoke up here, and I started working on the cup, did all the hot chocolate over here and part of the cup as well. So, and all the back stitching still needs to happen, but he's so adorable. And this is a 14 count Ada. Loving it, loving him. I can't, when I first did it, I didn't want to stitch on him. I don't know why, maybe because there were blends in it, but now that I'm through the blends and just normal crosses, it's a joy to stitch. This Ada is really supple, so loving that. On Thursday I worked on my shooting stars, so this was the Historische Stickmuster 2020 Christmas stitch along. I'm not gonna take it out of the hoop at the moment, but I finished all the pink swirlies up here, so they're gonna be those gold stars, they're gonna go over. I need to fill in these blocks with just one color, so that's just fill in once you've got the outline down. It's good. And then I need to go do the stars, one more block and 3 more to that side. So I got 500 stitches in. It doesn't look like much, but it's 500 stitches, which is 3.1% of the pattern I finished in a day. Love working with the silk cap. I love working with it. So I'm really hoping Historische Stickmuster is going to do another Christmas stitch along, because I love Christmas and I love their patterns and the silk cap. Yes, the more I stitch on it, the more I love it. And this is also on a mystery, I believe it's cheese cloth. It's kind of yellow. It looks very pink, but it's a bit yellow in real life. Loving this project. And then yesterday I originally had planned to work on my Anamik winter sale, but I was at home late, like 11:30, and then I said, well, I do need to prepare my plans for tomorrow, so I spun the wheel, and I saw that I had a new start, and besides that, it's a new month, new start, so I really need to start the first with a new start. So I said, well, I'm just going to do some stitching on that, and my new project is this blue Christmas deer. It is also a kit, excuse the glare. It has beading French nail backstage, and it's done on a 14 count Aida. I stitched on it some yesterday and some this morning, and I've finished the first leg. So this is the back actually, so it's also this is his body and this is the leg. It's blue on blue. This is going to be all filled in with back stitching in a black work pattern, so it's going to look so cute. And well, let's talk plans, because I actually spun. When I spin, I always place it new something. I place it on my wheel the moment it's spun, and it was spun for the first day, and then it was spun 2 more times. So I'm going to be stitching on it for 3 days straight. So we'll see lots of progress on that project. Afterwards, I'm gonna go back to the Halloween sale by Stitchonomy. I'll have a most likely not many stitching on it, because I'll have a shift followed by first I'll need to go to school. I'll have a shift at the GP's post, so yeah, not much work is going to be going in on Tuesday. On Wednesday I'll be working on my Santa's workshop. Then I'll have 2 days of the mouse and dandelion, so I really hope I'll get some good progress on that. I'll stitch on the lovely fox for a day. Then I have a day to finish Christmas Bell. It is a Sunday, so I'm definitely gonna have a finish on that project. But most importantly, I'll stitch what I want when I'm done with the goal for the day. And then I'll need to work on my tulips kit. It's the one with the fuzzy floss, strange floss. I have to rip out a lot, so most likely I'll end the day with less stitches than which I started with, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll be working on my Christmas Owls by Madame Chantilly, and then 2 days of my Stitchonomy winter sale, again on Wednesday, so but also a Thursday, which are most of the time good stitching days. And then I'll get a day on Snowell, so that's good. I'll hope to get the N finished and maybe part of the O. But that's the plans I've got for the next 2 weeks, because I only film once every 2 weeks. Then haul and stitchy kindness. Let's get everything over here without everything dropping. There we go, there we go. First, you're gonna laugh, but I stitch a lot in bed and the lighting in my bedroom isn't all that great, so I bought myself this. It's a lovely placeable lamp. It looks funny, but it's a joy to stitch with, because you'll have great light just on your cross stitch project. So very handy. USB chargeable, so great. Yeah, it's funny. It looks insane, but it works. It's extremely good, and it's quite comfortable to wear. So if you're ever in an area where you don't have a lot of light, I picked this up. It's €7. It works like a charm. Great. And I picked it up at just the sports store. It's great. Then I got some stitchy kindness from the lovely Rachel Ray. One of her giveaways. It is a Rosewood Manor pattern, and it came with a extremely kind note, which I'm gonna keep with the pattern. Thank you so much, Rachel. I really enjoyed it. It's charted in DMC, and I can't show you a picture, but it is the Hello Autumn pattern. and I love rosewood manner. So next thing I'll do after filming, I'm gonna try to get some pull the flosses for this, so it can go in my ready to pick list. So thank you again, Rachel. And then I got some stuff from the Handwerk Boutique from Anamik. Anamik also has a floss tube, and she had a Instagram sale on which I jumped. She was having a sale on ornament size pieces of fabric, so I jumped on it. It came with 2 freebie charts, which I can't show you because it's just a pattern, and a little list of all the fabrics she gave me. So that's very nice. Only problem is somehow the Dutch want to be kind of stubborn. If you want to buy fabric in a Dutch store, it will say the amount of threads per centimeter instead of the count, which is normally used in most patterns. So by now I know I'll have to multiply the thread number by 2.543 and I'll get the approximate amount of the count number. It came with some fill and some cardboard, and then these lovely pieces. So I've got a lovely navy blue linen. I've got this petite point linen, lovely, lovely, lovely. I've got this just basic light beige neutral. I got a red. I got a gingham, I believe you call this. I would say blocked, but oh well. Geruit, it's the Dutch word for it, but yeah, I do not believe most of you speak Dutch, so well, I'm not gonna do it in Dutch. I got this piece, another light mocha, it looks like, another extremely snow white, and then another gingham with another wider cross. Then I got my first piece of opalescence, which is kind of, ooh, look at the sparkle. So yeah, lots of sparkle, lovely. I think it's great. And then I got another petite point in the blue. And honestly, I would call them polka dots. That's what I would call them, but I've heard other floss tubers call them differently, so I'll just go with the flow. I'll just go with the flow. What do I know? I'm Dutch. In English, I'm not always that good at Englishing. Then I got the Christmas ornaments for this year. There were some cute patterns in it. I think I loved last year's better, but I do love this reindeer one. And there are some others. I think they are cute. Not really my style this year. Not really. However, to my great surprise, because I also got the Halloween version. We do not celebrate Halloween in the Netherlands. It's not really a thing. But I've seen some people look at these and I said, well, some of those patterns are really cute, so let's do it. And it's gonna be hard, so I'm just gonna go down and up, and I'm really hoping to show you. But this Nightmare Before Coffee pattern, which is trying not to focus, really doing its utmost best. It's not focusing, sorry. and it has a couple of owl patterns. I love myself some owls. First, I think this is the first one I'm gonna get up. It's this Happy Halloween pattern. The scar reminds me of the Gryffindor colors, and I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so love this pattern. And it is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And then you got another larger owl pattern. There we go. Love this pattern as well. Like I said, it's owls. I'll stitch anything with owls, just love it. And this is by Gail Bussey, which is very cute. And what I really love, and what I'm kind of missing in the Christmas one, the Christmas one is over here, is this. You don't have to go all through your book, but just have an overview of all the lovely patterns in here. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about getting some of these up, because I love stitching these patterns. If you might have noticed, I love stitching from magazines. So yeah, anything with coffee will go, anything with owls will go, and there's a lovely sampler in there as well. I'm just going to show you the small version. There it is. So yes, lovely. I'll have too much to stitch for the rest of my life. And then someone was giving their stash away from the Dutch Borduurblad, and I got one of them, so totally for free. Thank you. Another owl pattern in there as well. But the one I love most is actually where we're at. So I got these two. So you got the papillon, and the Lepidoptera butterflies. Both patterns are in here, and patterns come on this huge piece of pattern paper. They're all on paper. It's a nightmare, because the moment you get it out, you might lose it, which has happened to me before. So speaking from experience. And then there is another merklap, which is the Dutch name for sampler, and it is this pattern, and I just love these colors. So this is definitely going on my want to stitch list. The want to stitch list is very long, very long. So yeah, I believe that's all I'll have to talk about today. I'll have a shift in, let's check, less than 3 hours. I'll need to be at work. I need to work from 5 till 11 today, which is fine, but it might mean that this won't get uploaded till tomorrow. For that, I'm forever sorry, but it is what it is. You know how it goes. There are still some other things to do in my house. But yeah, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'll read them all, because I don't get many, not begging, but I'll read them all, and I'll reply to most of them, and I'm forever grateful. They really make my day. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and most of all, if you want to see more of my strange Dutchiness, just click the subscribe button. I'll be here in 2 weeks time, and I wish you all a very happy stitchy time. Bye bye.